Never know. Might be mentions in dispatches for this one. If you don't bugger it up.
Must be something big if the General's here.
Lance Corporals Blake and Schofield, sir.
Which one of you is Blake?
Sir?
You have a brother, a lieutenant in the 2nd Devons.
Yes, sir. Joseph Blake, is he...
Alive, as far as I know. And with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. Sanders tells me you're good with maps, is that true?
Good enough, sir.
So, we are here. The 2nd Devons are advancing here. How long will it take you to get there?
I don't understand, sir.
Sir, that land is held by the Germans.
Germans have gone. Don't get your hopes up. It appears to be a strategic withdrawal. They seem to have created a new line 9 miles back here, by the looks of it. Colonel Mackenzie is in command of the 2nd. He sent word yesterday morning he was going after the retreating Germans. He is convinced he has them on the run. That if he can break their lines now, he will turn the tide. He is wrong. Colonel Mackenzie has not seen these aerials of the enemy's new line. Come around here, gentlemen. 3 miles deep, field fortifications, defenses, artillery, the like of which we've never seen before. The 2nd are due to attack the line shortly after dawn tomorrow. They have no idea what they're in for. And we can't warn them. As a parting gift, the enemy cut all our telephone lines. Your orders are to get to the 2nd at Quasi Wood, 1 mile southeast of the town of Lacust. Deliver this to Colonel Mackenzie. It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, it will be a massacre. We will lose 2 battalions, 1,600 men, your brother among them. You think you can get there in time?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Good. Over to you, Lieutenant.
Supplies, gentlemen. Map, torches, grenades, and a couple of little treats. Leave immediately. Take this trench west, up on Sorky Hall Street, then northwest on Paradise Alley at the front. Continue along the front line until you find the Yorks. Give this note to Major Stevenson, who's holding the line at the shortest span of no man's land. You'll cross there.
It'll be daylight, sir. They'll see us.
No need to be concerned. You should meet no resistance.
Sir, is it just us?
Down to Gehenna or up to the throne. He travels the fastest who travels alone. Wouldn't you say, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir. I would.
This movie is based on a fragment of story my grandfather told me when I was sitting at his feet. He fought in the First World War. His name was Alfred Hubert Mendes, and he went to war in 1917. He was a messenger on the front lines, and he was given the job of carrying the message from post to post along the front line because he was 5'4", and the mist on no man's land hung at 5.5 feet, so he couldn't be seen above the mist when he ran. And I started with this fragment, really.
Stay low.
Cut. Very good.
Cut there.
When I read the script for the first time, I felt like it was an amazing dream that he had been holding on for such a long time. And we all kind of felt the same emotion of what we were about to go into.
I want to say how wonderful it's been to watch everybody be so collaborative across so many different departments. And that's the nature of this film. And it's very moving for me personally to watch it happen.
This was a totally different project. And everybody on the crew that I ever talked to said they never expected to work on anything like this.
Wait just before it's dying, and you'll know because of the position in the sky.
I thought, how is he going to render one shot and tell a compelling story in real time?
The whole point is as you're standing, they'll get on and they'll see it.
And then seeing Sam work with it and seeing it become one shot.
Slow down, slow down.
Made me think he should donate his brain to science. He's very smart. I think they should study him.
And go!
It's filled with all the insight and heart and emotion because for him this has been such a profoundly personal story.
You go a little faster, Charlie go a little slower. That way when we come out, we're looking straight down.
He's just a genius. He really, really, really is. And he's brilliant at what he does. And I am honestly thankful that I'm part of a film. And that means so much to him. It was brilliant to work with him.
He's always been passionate on every film I've been on with him. I mean, that's why I love working with him.
He always kept inspiring us, and the key was his inspiration and just the willingness to do something like this.
So it's at that point you need to be sort of drifting in. Gotcha. It'll take a couple of seconds before you do, but if you start there, there's a natural gap in the frame between those two trees.
There were many people who died because of the war, but there were also many men who survived. One of them told me the stories that made this movie happen, and they never left me.
This movie was so very personal to Sam. He wanted to make you feel that you are in the trenches with those young men and what that experience of war was from their POV.
The First World War. It starts with literally horses and carriages and ends with tanks. So it's the moment where modern war, you could argue, begins. From the very beginning, I felt this movie should be told in real time. Every step of the journey, breathing every breath with these men, felt integral. And there is no better way to telling this story than with one continuous shot.
3, 2, 1, go!
From the first moment I talked to Sam about the idea of it as a one-shot movie, I knew it was going to be really immersive.
It's meant to make you feel that you are in the trenches with these characters.
The film in itself is a slice of time.
These two young men get sent on a mission to deliver a message to stop an attack.
Action!
So they've got to cross into enemy territory on a race against time to deliver a message that will save 1,600 lives.
And the camera never, ever comes away from the two characters.
There's always that sort of get-out-of-jail card that you have with a movie. Well, you know, we might be able to cut around this, or we might take that scene out. That's not possible on this film. The dance of the camera and the mechanics all have to be in sync with what the actor's doing. When you achieve that, it's really beautiful and exhilarating. Sometimes you have a camera being carried by an operator, hooked onto a wire. The wire carries it across more land, and it's unhooked again. That operator runs with it, then steps onto a small jeep, which carries him another 400 yards, and he steps off it again and goes round a corner.
Let's go back to one.
This film does not take place in a series of interiors. This is endless exteriors. No location ever repeats, so you're constantly moving through landscapes.
Being such an exterior movie, we're very dependent on the light and the weather. And we kind of realized, well, for a start, you can't really light it.
Action!
Because, you know, if you were running down a trench and turning around 360 degrees, there's nowhere to put a light anywhere.